This might be like my new favorite place to dine in Universal, and it's not even at City Walk or in the parks. I am here at Sapphire Falls to check out Water Tavern. You guys, it is a tapas style Caribbean flavors rum, more than 60 kinds of rum. And I've heard a lot of really great things about it. And because I love to stay at Aventura, I'm always walking past Water to come downstairs to come out here and take the water taxi. So I've walked by it so many different times, and I'm excited to finally be sitting down and trying it. The only thing that would make it better is if my best friend, my husband, was here with me to try it. But sadly, it's going to be just me, but that's okay. I'll just have to bring it back another time. It is so perfect outside right now. Like, it's just like, what is it, like 70, 75. Like, it's just gorgeous. So I asked if I could sit outside. They said absolutely. So I'm going to take a look at this menu. I don't even know where to start. It all looks so good. Looking at the dining menu for something other than a tasty beverage. I can't even. You guys, I love seafood. I love Caribbean food. I love ceviche. I love, like, I'm looking at all of this thinking I just have no idea where to start. I've been told before that they were known for their rum for having over 60 different kinds of rum. Now, there are different cocktails and different punches and things that you can have, but I am going to go for a flight so I can actually taste some different kinds of rums versus just the cocktails. Not everybody is for a tasting, but this is my preferred, so I can actually compare the way the distilled crafts are tasting and their flavor profiles. So she said that the $20 tasting is, they're all going to be broken out into regions, but any $20 tasting is basically going to include any of these rums that are $27 and under. So you can kind of create your own. You can also, of course, get input from your server, and they'll let you know what house favorites are or help guide you on some different kinds of flavors if you maybe are not as familiar with rum-based cocktails. I don't even know where to start, but all of it looks so good. So, like, I'm tempted by the Caribbean ceviche. It's grouper, scallops, shrimp, and a coconut reduction, onions, peppers, cilantro. I'm like, but I love cheese. So like an arepa sounds really good. I love empanadas. So like an empanada sounds good, and it has spicy green garlic sauce. I don't know. They have bread pudding. Their bread pudding. And they have a churro bowl with dulce de leche ice cream. I'm gonna be so full. This server is freaking fantastic. I love her. Thank you so much. Like, I'm sitting here just going, I'll try everything. The thing is that I'm not a super picky eater. I like seafood. I like spicy. I like mild. I understand that, like, even though like sweet drinks are not, it's not my first preference, I understand that rum tends to gear more sweet. So I just want to try whatever. But yes, I mean, like, she still asked me, like, do you like coconut? Like, there's coconut and chocolate that you could get us. So if you really like something sweet, we can do that. And I was like, maybe not that. But she asked me what kind of rums I was familiar with, if I'd had anything in particular. She asked what other kinds of liqueurs and spirits I liked to drink. And so she asked, like, she said some things were like a little bit more intense, a little bit stronger. And she said more like maybe like a scotch or a whiskey. And I was like, I drink whiskey and bourbon at home. She's like, oh, that's great to know. She asked so many different questions, but they were all questions to understand the kind of flavors I like versus like what kind of rum do you want to drink? Because someone who's not as seasoned in rum, like someone who's not a rum drinker like myself, like having someone here to help guide you through all of that, it was perfect. So maybe you don't know what you like. What kind of spirits do you like to drink? Because if someone likes, you know, really sweet cocktails, they're probably going to like sweeter wines. If someone likes bourbons, whiskeys, things like that are stronger and more intense in their flavors and more full in body in their flavors, they're probably going to enjoy a red wine. I can understand the questioning she was asking me, and I totally love it. Like, I'm so here for it, and I'm so grateful. The other thing, I went ahead and I took her suggestion when it came to food. I did get some arepas because I love arepas. So I was like, I want to try theirs. She actually suggested the guillot, which is something that's Jamaican and Haitian in origin. It is marinated fried pork chunks, sweet plantains, pickles, and spicy chimichurri. And she asked if I was between anything, and I told her I was looking at this or this. And I said, but honestly, like, what's your favorite? And she went, Oh, that's really hard. So that's a great sign. I have my flight. I actually have my food as well, but it's been like a thing of events. I know I said that she asked all these really great questions. She came out and she gave me all kinds of information about the rums that are here. And she also talked and said that if I wanted to go up like another level and try more, they actually have what's called a Rum Captain that's basically like a sommelier, but for rum. And she would help like customize even further to different things I liked once we know how I feel about the ones that I've been provided with. I also have my food and it looks amazing. And also the chef came out and hand delivered one of them. And then we talked for a minute. I'm like, I have to show you this food. Look at these arepas. Oh, they look so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And then I am gonna move over to the fried plantains and gyot. Oh my gosh, there's like that is so good. There's the creaminess of the cheese and then the breading of the actual arepa itself. The yolk from the egg adds this really nice like unctuous background. And of course you have the salsa verde that adds that nice tang. The tomatoes and the onion bring such a brightness. Then you have the pea greens. This is so good. He said that it was a favorite and that it was being ordered a lot, that a lot of people were really happy with it. I would say this dish rolls like a solid 18. It is so good. Solid 18. Absolutely wonderful. So delectable. Let's try some of this beef. I'm gonna break off a piece and I'm gonna add some of that chimichurri on top. The gyot was like, it was super mild. I really didn't taste much of any kind of spice, but this chimichurri is supposed to be a spicy chimichurri. So let's rate that and see how spicy it is. It's very mild spicy. Like on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd say it might be like a 1.5. It's not quite medium, but it might be a touch over mild. It is so refreshing and herby and tangy. Oh my gosh. It's so crispy and so tender on the inside. Like this, I'm in food heaven. I know it's not good to talk with your mouth full, but it's freaking delicious. I would say that probably rolls like a 16. I think it's really good. I think it's awesome. I love the chimichurri. So like the spiciness of the chimichurri is really great. I think I like the arepas a little bit more, but that's more of a preference, not like how they're cooked. This is amazing. I haven't even tried the rice yet. I've just been like diving in and looking at all the things. Okay. Yes. That's really good. I need to now mix that with that beef and that chimichurri. But it's got like smoky chicken, like just warmth. It's like a solid rounded mouthfeel as far as flavor that would pair perfectly with that chimichurri. So I can't wait to eat those together and enjoy everything that's here. But I'm gonna dive in and just like go to town before it all gets cold. I need to try some of this rum that's been sitting here. This is the Real McCoy 12. She said this is a Barbados rum. She said it's really great for anyone who likes whiskeys and bourbon. So I'm anticipating like a slightly sweeter version of what a bourbon or a whiskey could be. Bourbons can be sweeter, but yes, I'm really excited. It smells great. You can smell the warmth, but you can also smell the sweetness that totally says this is going to be a good rum. I don't know how I know that. I'm probably just speaking too much. I've never had something. I've never had a rum that tasted so much like a whiskey. Like on the nose, it smelled like a rum, but to taste, it tastes like a bourbon. Oh my gosh, that is so. I want to come back here tomorrow and the next day and the next day and just keep tasting everything until I've tasted it all. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do a palate cleanse. I did get like a club soda. I feel like honestly this kind of helps neutralize my mouth a little bit more than like regular water does. And I love the glasses. They remind me of sea glass. Okay, so let's try the next one. She said this is Papas Plar Dark. She said this is a Hemingway smooth kind of rum. Definitely smells sweeter. Oh, interesting. There's like notes of botanical. It's a touch sweeter, but it's still really smooth. And yeah, it's just, I can't even articulate. I've never been much of a rum like drinker. These are blowing me away because all I've ever had in rum is like sweet, 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 sweet. And I'm just not a sweet cocktail drinker. I'm not a sweet spirits drinker. I don't like sweet wine. Like I like things that are full body flavor. These are really good. They're so different. They're all so good. Last one, this is the Diplomatico Reserve Exclusividad. She said this was a big time award winner, massive crowd favorite. Lots of people love it. It's one of their most popular, and it does have like an added sweetness at the end, so it's going to be sweeter than the others. Let's give it a shot. What's interesting, it doesn't smell as sweet as the last one on the nose. I can see why people would like this as a crowd favorite. It's still very full-bodied in flavor. It's not as sweet. It's maybe a breath sweeter than the other two that I've had, but still full-body flavor and complex. It actually, I mean, I feel like compared to the other two, it definitely has a little bit more of like the quintessential rum notes, but it's so much more complex than that. I'm beyond impressed with this location. Wow. Something interesting of note, I am working my way through these sipping rums, and I was noticing that the flavors remained pretty hefty and consistent with the savory items on the plate. Now there's plantains with the gyot, and they're just like fried as is. It doesn't taste like there's any sugars on them, but because plantains have a natural sugar to them, I definitely noticed changes in the flavors with the rums. So I'm having some fun playing with that comparison and seeing how they go, because the Papas Plar Dark, which is the second rum that's in this flight, that one, it was like the plantain brought out the sweetness. It was very interesting. So now I'm curious to see if it does that with the Diplomatico. I already finished the Real McCoy 12, so I can't compare it with that one, sadly, because I didn't think about it until now. They're like a really lovely natural dessert, right? Do you like fried plantains? Comment down below if you do, or you can connect with me on social at motivationalpinup. I'm curious. Let's see how that changes the Diplomatico. Oh my gosh, wild. This is what I love about comparing different things. The plantains totally bring out the sweetness. So before, things really didn't taste that sweet. The plantains are bringing out some of the sweetness in those rums. So freaking cool. I love combining things like this. I love playing with flavors and just seeing how they shift, how they change, and what's brought out. It's so much fun. So Elizabeth, one of the rum captains, came out because I'm going to try the gold tasting, which is a $40 tasting. I know I didn't want to spend the money, but my husband's like, you should get it, you should do it, you should put it in the vlog, you should talk about how incredible these experiences are and how they're talking and what they're doing in that level of service. And he's right, because you guys, I'm unbelievably blown away by this location. Management needs to know. They need to know that what their people are doing is incredibly appreciated and is creating a whole experience. It's not just sitting here and dining and eating food and having a drink. They're creating an atmosphere, they're educating, and they're just really bringing a whole experience. And that to me is a massive value, because it's something I won't forget. And now I am going to come back because of the level of service, the education I've received, the fact that like I didn't think I was a rum drinker, and now I'm ready to buy some rum. Like these are really important things, because those are things, even from a customer service standpoint, from a business standpoint, this is something that will draw people back, and they will make them repeat. It'll make them repeat business. Like these people are going to come back and they're going to keep giving you business because of the rapport and the service that you've given to somebody. And that's an important distinction. Thanks, Bug. That's an important distinction. Now, Elizabeth is out here. She's one of the rum captains, and she was telling me about like she was asking me about flavors and what I liked, and I was like, I can't even, because I like everything that you've given me. And she was like, do you like port? And I was like, yes, I do, actually. It's really rich. It's really rich, and it may seem like kind of odd for me to like port, but I think as a finisher, it does sound like a nice idea. She also brought up another one that she's going to bring me that she said is a little bit hot, so I might need to bloom it a little bit. But the thing that was interesting is she said that the first one that has like, that's like a port, she said it was aged in port barrel and then aged in a bourbon barrel and then put back into a port barrel to finish aging, which I'm just like, that sounds incredible. The other one she said was aged in port barrels, but then in port pipes, and I was like, I don't even understand. I don't like, what is that? But she was like, it's really interesting because you get those flavors, but there's like a touch of metallic that's like a fun play, and she's like, it's really interesting. So let's go for it. Let's try it.
This is bottle 169 of 6,570.
Oh my goodness, that is so cool. And so this is, you said this is the port cast. So this was port, and then the port pipes that you were saying too?
No, so this one was aged in port barrels,
Okay,
and then whiskey barrels, and then finished in port again.
Okay, that's that. Okay.
And the Abuelo Tawny port will be the one that's aged in port pipes.
That is so like, that's so wild to me. Okay, cool. And then this is the Belize, you said. That's awesome. Oh, I'm so excited.
And that's the one that's tropically aged, and that's going to be a lot hotter than these other two.
Okay.
You're going to feel the burn going down.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you. I'm so unbelievably happy today. This is like the best. So she's telling me this, and I asked her, she's like, do you have any questions? And I said, I don't think so. I was like, honestly, I'm just so excited. And I said, what's your favorite? And she's like, oh, I'll be right back.
So they have a patent on this process for the next 5 years, where they age the rum, and after they age it, they'll fill a barrel with cacao beans and char those beans, and then they'll put the rum back in and finish it in the charred cacao barrel.
No.
Yeah, they're the only ones that can do it for the next 5 years. This is bottle number 1. They just released bottle number 2, and now instead of cacao beans, what they're going to do is coffee beans. I haven't tried it yet. They haven't picked up by a distributor yet, but it's online, and I think you can still order it.
Oh my gosh, I want to try that. So I tried the special one that she brought that is aged in like the burnt cacao. That was so good. It was a little bit sweeter, but it's still not like sweet. It was really tasty, and I'm just incredibly intrigued by coffee. Like, I want to try the coffee. All right, let's try these next. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of like mind blown. It's just been a whole awesome experience. And she was saying that people will come here numerous times and not even know that like you could do this kind of a tasting, and that they'll really get into it and talk to you and really have this experience that I've had tonight. So I hope to make people more aware. I hope that more people will come check it out, because this has just been so amazing. I'm going to now sample into this next flight, the Holmes K Belize. She said this is hotter, so I might need to bloom it. It doesn't smell hot. That's what's wild. It smells sweet. Jeez, see, I don't like, wow. Look, honestly, I'm sorry. I'm tired of holding my phone, and my other camera broke. So we're going to do this because this is what's comfortable for me. That Belize K. She said it was a little bit hotter. I could see it being bloomed a little bit, and I'm curious. So I'm actually going to take just like a drop from my water. And I didn't even let go of my finger. I just like literally tapped it. But it can change it so much, and that's what's so wild about distilled goods like this. It just opens up the flavor profile so much. Wow, that's so good. It is a little bit hotter, but it's not as hot as a lot of like bourbons and whiskeys that I've had. That's really, really lovely. Okay, this is the Mount Gray Port Cast Expression. She said this is the one that's been aged in a port barrel, then a bourbon, and then back in port again. There's like almost nothing to the nose. So mild. Mmm. Yes. Okay. If you've ever had a port, there's like kind of like, it's not like it kind of has like a raisin-ish flavor. I don't want to say that that's what this is, but port has like this full mouth, like deep sweetness to it that you really get on the finish of this. These are, wow. When you play with it and you open it up in your mouth, you can really get that kind of port flavor without it being like a super sweet, because port is pretty sweet, but it's not that sweet. This whole night has been just so wonderful. Like, talk about the best way to close out my trip. So this is Abuelo Tawny port. This is the one that she said was in the port pipes. And it's interesting because you get kind of like a tang, like a metallic tang to the nose. Wow. Who would have thought? Yeah. I mean, it still has the sweetness of a rum. It's full in body and rich in flavor. And it just opens, and then there's like this interesting metallic play. And I don't want that to sound scary, because it's not bad. It's just like it has this interesting metallic note at the very end. And it's wild. I can't say it enough. I'm so blown away. I sincerely hope that you will consider Strongwater for your next dining location. When you come down here, make sure that you take the time, come sit, come hang out, enjoy what's being offered, because this has been a whole experience. The food is incredibly flavorful. It's so yummy, and these people are incredibly passionate about the flavors. And like, next time though, I really want to sit at the counter so I can talk about them with somebody and just kind of keep that conversation going, because that has been what has made this experience. And I rave the whole night here. I don't know how it could get any better, so I'm technically going to roll it a 19 out of 20, because if you're not familiar, we roll on a D20 for how things rate. So a D20 is what you use in D&D, and it's like whether or not you succeed or miss. A 10 is going to be dead average. Anything above 10 is how above average. Anything below 10 is how below average. And no, nothing is ever perfect in life, ever. Like, I don't think anything is ever perfect. But if I rate something a 19, it's because I'm like, I don't know how you could be better. I believe in room for improvement, but this was like basically a perfect experience. I'm rolling all of this like a 19 out of 20. I cannot wait to come back. Amazing. Such a beautiful night. I moved inside because I got cold. It's 70, but I got cold. My husband's gonna just poke fun at me for even saying this. I decided to go for the banana bread pudding. I love banana bread, and bread pudding is one of my favorites. My body is going to hate me for eating this, but I had to try it. I was really torn with the different options that are in there. I love creme brulee. It's one of my favorite things. But like bread pudding, screw it. I'm going to try it anyway because it's one of my favorite things, and I'll just suffer the pain for it tomorrow. She was like, that's such a good choice. And then she was like laughingly pointing to a table near me, and she's like, that was the bread pudding. Because they're all, and like I looked over and they were just like, I don't know, like hyenas, I guess. Like they just like, they went after it and did not stop going after it. And like I looked over to the woman, and I was trying not to be like rude or weird, but she was like, that was really, like that was good. That was good. I was like, oh, okay, good choice then. Okay, someone just ran this to me. This is huge. Like, it's as big as my hand. I have really big hands. That is just ungodly. It's like way bigger than my wallet. Like, can you tell? I don't know if you can see. It's like, so that's probably like 5. It's probably 5 by 4 as far as inches, because this is like 4 by 3. That's, oh my gosh, that's huge. I am going to enjoy my dessert with the rest of my dessert, and it's going to be a great way to end this trip of mine. I'm so grateful right now. Okay, I'm diving in. Take like your mom's homemade banana bread that brought you comfort as a kid and turn it into a bread pudding. Yeah. Oh my God, that is so good. This may not look the most appetizing, but what is important to understand about this bread pudding is there's like this caramel sauce, right? You can see the actual banana bread and then the custard, the baked custard that's with it. And it's in solid chunks, which you don't always see in a bread pudding. It's like it all gets muddled and it's more like soggy bread. This is soft bread with custard. It's just like, oh. I'm not really a fan of raisins, which is what had me skeptical about the ice cream, because it's like a texture thing, and it's not like, wow, that's super subtle. There are some pieces of raisins in there I can see, but I really like it. Now for the real fun. Let's take a bite of this and add it with our rum. I need a minute to be alone with my food. Please laugh at me right now because I was so happy and so content last night talking with my server and the Rum Captain and eating this delicious food and that bread pudding and that incredible rum that has totally converted me. Like I'm so excited to try more rums. I have to come back here. I totally forgot last night to even just like wrap up and tell you that I thought it was like, well, I guess to reinforce that it was such a great dining location. So I have to ask, like, are you at all putting this on your list after last night? Are you considering this as an option? Or like, are you a fan of rum, or are you kind of like, I'm curious. I wasn't curious about rum before, but now I've put it on my list and I want to come try it. Comment down below and let me know, or connect with me on social at motivationalpinup, and I can't wait to try more from Strong Water. You gotta come here.